A lot of you all have been asking, hey, what you been up to? Where you been? We haven't seen you. Well, for the last 5 months, I was in a police academy. I'm not going to say what agency, but I was with a department for the last 5 months trying to become a law enforcement officer. Unfortunately, well, really, it's a blessing from God that I was let go. Now that I was let go, I can actually share with you all the things that I seen trying to become an officer. I want to let you know, as an African American male coming from East Oakland, California, trying to get into a job where white men feel as if they're superior. It is racism, alive and well. I will get in depth more later, but I'm going to keep it on the surface for today because this may be a lot for some people to take in. I decided to join law enforcement because I wanted to use my platform that I had to spread God, but also be that change that I wanted to see. Then and there, my intentions was just get the badge so I can show other African American men, people of color, that I care and I want to do my part. But God worked in mysterious ways. While I was going through that process, I experienced racism from day one, being that I was a black man who had a beard and they wanted me to shave my beard, but I had a no shave waiver. I brought this form into my department. The chief signed the form and gave me the okay. But my training officers forced me to shave my face, which caused me to bump up and bleed. I had an afro. My hair in the state of California, a new law was just passed saying you can grow your hair out in a natural state. My hair was growing, getting kind of long. They made me cut my hair, but the white officers' hairs was longer than mine. Look at the mess. Locker room talk. I would get senior black African American officers approach me saying, hey, these white cops don't like you. Hey, these white cops are saying they're going to give you hell the moment you get out of here into FTO. Yeah, I'm speaking out on this because I was receiving training from some of these officers. And to be 100% real and transparent, a lot of these officers are scared because they do not come from the hood. They do not come from this environment. They haven't seen people get shot. They haven't seen people get beat up, but they want the badge and they want the power. They think because they're good with the books that they will survive in the streets. And that's why so many African American men, that's why so many brown men, Latinos, Hispanics are getting killed because the first thing they think to do is shoot because they're scared and they're not used to it. I can contest to this because I'm in a training with white men that come from the suburbs that never been through the hood, and we will go through scenario and their answers for the scenarios was scaring me because a lot of them in deadly force. If you have any type of alpha in you and you a male and you're trying to go into law enforcement, they're going to make it hard. They want to break you down. They want to brainwash you. They want to turn you into an Uncle Tom where you submit to their ways. Not submitting to their ways so you can be safe on the job. No, they want to break you down to let you know, hey, you beneath me and I am superior. I don't care what nobody say. It's still like a slave mentality. Yes, I'm over you. I'm the chief. I'm the lieutenant. I've been here 2 years and you an in-house nigga. You just now came. Boy, we had officers inside a locker room calling myself with a couple of other black recruits boys. And being who I am, I stepped up and I addressed that issue. I walked around the department with my head held high, with a swag about me that they hated. Yeah, law enforcement is crooked. I can't say that. Some people may say, oh, you're bitter. Nah, I'm not bitter. I'm happy that it happened. I'm happy that God didn't allow me to get that badge. I'm happy that God didn't allow me to put that uniform on, because he may have been saving my life for all the wrongdoing that's taking place. When you go through that training, I only had 5 more weeks to go and I would have got the badge. But guess what? They was looking for a reason to get rid of me, because they knew the influence I had. And this is coming from an officer of that department telling me this just a couple days ago. He told me they was looking for a reason to get rid of you, because they knew when you received that badge, the influence you already possess and the knowledge you know and being for your people. They didn't want that. These officers really don't want that. These officers don't want us to be inside law enforcement. And being a young African American male with good intentions and experiencing what I've experienced, I never, ever do anything to be a part of law enforcement again. I was prepared to be called a snitch. I was prepared to be called a rat. I didn't care what people was going to say, because I knew my heart was just to get out there and give back to the community. But after experiencing the racism, after experiencing the favoritism, seeing how they treated white officers, I could never. They don't want us to be in there. They don't want us to look like this. They don't want us to have swag. They don't want us to not submit to what they're saying. They want us to buy into this game when we know what it really is on the outside. I had so many officers, when they were trying to teach me, get upset with me because I was giving them the perspective as a black man. Because before I was becoming an officer, I was a black man. I had to give them the black man thoughts. I had to give them how it is to live as a black man in America and you get pulled over by a cop. We were sitting in that classroom many of days and you have all these white folks talking about, yeah, law enforcement is great and you got to look at both sides. Is it really the officer's fault? And all those videos we was watching, I seen multiple opportunities where the officers could allow the black man to survive, but they didn't. But when we seen similar videos and it was a white man, the white man always walked